Hi folks, James Thompson here. I just got back from kayaking here on this amazing west coast. It was really pouring earlier, and I wanted to give you guys an update on the rain cover that we did maybe a couple years ago now on a video. I heard from many of you who gave it a try, and I hope you've gone out to some really nasty weather with it. I certainly have. Over the last couple years, unchanged. It's done great. The bag is still holding out. A couple of people asked about tripods. I mean, I'll clamp it right into the tripod here, and it's not pinched it. I have, though, run into an issue, and I wanted to give you guys an update of how I'm solving it. And I just got back from testing it, and it's working great so far. In the pouring rain or sea spray or whatever it is, you know, you're taking pictures. My hands get wet. And you know, the end of the bag is open, obviously, so I can look at the camera and things, and my wet hand is in and out of the bag, in and out. And then when you're done taking pictures, often, you know, you're dropping the lens down so the rain isn't landing on it, further kind of wetting this initial part of the bag here. And you know, this super smooth plasticky stuff really wicks the water in there, whether it's salt water or rain, really efficiently. And so what I've found is, after a while out in the inclement weather, this wet nylon goes all the way down the bag and ends up sort of glomming onto the barrel of the lens. So now you've got this wet plastic layer sucked right onto the lens barrel. You know, if you're going back to a warm house or warm car and it's just fresh water, that's probably not a big deal. You know, your lens is, the barrel is a little damp, but they're built pretty tough and weather sealed. And so, you know, a warm cloth and drying it off is probably fine. But what I don't want is seawater squelch down onto the lens. All these rings here and function buttons and all that, sucking in that's death to electronics. And really, you know, I only get to buy one of these once in my life, so I want to take care of it. So I needed a way to keep this sort of damp bag after an hour or two off the barrel of the lens. And so I needed something that is light, because often I'm hand holding, that is easy to transport, you know, bringing it out to the remote locations, and simple. So I tried a couple of designs, and I want to show you what I've come up with and see if you think it might work for you as well. Off of Amazon, I sourced these parts, and so if you want to do what I did, this is what you'll need. These are little carbon fiber rods. All of these are used in video, so people build cages around their cameras and use clamps and these rods to clamp on focus motors and other bits and pieces around the camera. So there are lots and lots of different variations of this. I went with carbon fiber. It's a bit more expensive. I thought about using just wood dowel, honestly, but I thought it would end up soaking up the moisture, and I didn't want to sort of varnish it and all that. You could use aluminum as well, but I ended up going with these are about 30 centimeter long carbon fiber rails. Then I got a couple of clamps, so those go on the rails like this. And then these things are a clamp with a horseshoe attachment there. And so this can slide into the camera's horseshoe. When I'm out here, it's in the rain, I'm not using flash, so I really don't have anything mounted to the horseshoe. It'd be more difficult if you're using a microphone or something like that. But for out here in the bag, I'm not putting anything on the camera hot shoe, so that was available to me. I'll assemble it now just so you see. Pretty fast and pretty simple. So here's the camera, and the nice thing about it as well is it's pretty customizable. So one of these clamps goes in the hot shoe, like so, and in goes a carbon fiber rod Now this clamp I've customized. You can see I've glued a piece of foam on the bottom here, and obviously you can customize these for different lenses. But this goes on the other end, and this slides in like this and forms the centerpiece. So I'm just going to hold off the other clamp for now. So this just tightens down. So now I've got that center rod. And, you know, by itself, this on there would give you a little bit of a tenting effect, but I found that adding the rods and clamps gives me a bit broader working space. And so I'm going to slide these on now as well. There's one. There's the other, and then this foam-based little clamp here. And so you can see the foam just rests on the lens there. I didn't want anything metal scratching the lens. And now I get to just kind of decide where I want these rods. You know, on this side I want my trigger finger free. So slide this one up a bit like that. And then these are just twist. And it doesn't have to be super tight. You know, and you can, this way you can vary it in the bag. And this one doesn't need to be as far forward like that. Righty tighty. And there is my simple rig to keep the bag draped off the lens even when it's wicked all that damp water in there. So I'll work this into the bag now and then try and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've put the lens hood on the front of the camera now, and now we're in the bag, and just so you can see, so here's the frame, and now the bag just comes up over the lens like so sort of action pose like that. Sometimes I'll sort of put the thing as a hood over like that, and so you can see now, if I just pull it tight. Now I've got a frame so the bag doesn't suck onto the lens barrel and really try and wick moisture into all those working parts. So simple, light, adaptable. You know, I've got a shorter lens, you can sort of cut it down, or a zoom lens, you can leave them long. And relatively cheap. I forget how much it all costs. It's easy to source those parts on Amazon, lots of different makers. But solving a simple little nitpick that I've found over the last few years. Let me know if it works for you. Okay, thanks for joining.